Watch Eddie Arevalo's Spotlight TV show with host Larry Amaro, co-host Dan Ariano, and music specialist Yoli Romo. Bringing you the people, culture, and issues of our East Austin communities every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Channel Austin 16. You can also watch us live on the internet at www.channelaustin.org, streaming 16.
Guest, we want to welcome Celeste. Celeste, welcome.
Hi there.
Welcome to our program.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great. You know, we wanted to bring you here because the things that you've been doing, fabulous things in the arts. First of all, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background.
Sure. I am a native Austinite.
Oh, great.
So I was born and raised here. Moved away for a little bit to Virginia, actually, and came back when I was 12. And have gone on to, went to University of Texas and got a BFA in studio art. And I'm married, I have 2 kids, and we love raising our family in Austin.
Oh, great. And speaking of your family, I know that we're talking about the arts. Someone in your family is in the arts, in the music industry.
That's right.
Your husband, of course.
That's right.
Tell us about him.
My husband is Adrian Quesada. He is one of the founders of Grupo Fantasma and Brownout. And these days he's been doing quite a bit of producing other projects like David Garza, Natalia Clavier, and he's in Nashville. He's in Nashville right now.
Oh, really?
Wow.
And I know he had he was with Prince there for a few times, right?
Oh yeah, he sure was. Yeah. He was several years ago. Grupo Fantasma was the house band for Prince when he had a club in Las Vegas, and they went on to perform at the Alma Awards. They did some parties at the Super Bowl. They did all kinds of fabulous things, so I'm very proud of him.
The Alma Awards, that's put on by George Lopez and Eva Longoria, right?
I'm not sure. That sounds right. That sounds
yes,
right.
Yes.
Maybe executive
the
producers or
last
something.
the last 2 years, they're the ones that kind of took it over and put it together, and so that's a fantastic show. I think it comes on like in October.
Okay.
Around there.
Okay. That's great.
And so he was in that. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's national
Quite
television.
An honor. Absolutely.
Yeah. But also talking about big deals, you're involved, and that's the reason why you're here, in some big deals here in Austin. And the biggest, of course, is the Austin Film Society. And tell us about that, what you're doing there, your role there.
Sure. Well, I have a company called Craftbox Agency, and I produce events. I'm a creative director. One of the organizations, nonprofits that I work with is Austin Film Society and I produce the Texas Film Hall of Fame for them. This is my 7th year producing the Texas Film Hall of Fame. Very honored to be their creative director.
Oh my gosh.
Worked with all kinds of different stars for that, and yeah, it's an incredible opportunity, and I'm very proud of all the native Texan film industry folks that come out of our great state and go on to do amazing things, and then they come home and give Austin some love and support the film industry here. And
talk about big stars. You've seen a lot of big stars walking in those programs,
yes,
right?
That's
Tell us
true.
about some of those.
Well, the stars are great. Everyone from, let's see, Renee Zellweger to John Hawkes to Spoon to a number of different folks. Rob Reiner's been in attendance, Quentin Tarantino. But, part of being a creative director is working with a big team of folks, and I really think a lot of the magic in event production are actually the people behind the camera and the people that produce the show that are behind the scenes. I really enjoy working with all kinds of folks. Those are my stars. Those are my celebrities, are the people that work really hard to create the magic that goes into shows like this and wonderful events. And many years ago, I founded a great nonprofit that's still running today called Cine Las Americas, and that was one of the first experiences that I had at producing event was organizing an international film festival for Austin and kind of showing Latinos and the work of Latinos in the film industry. So that was very near and dear to my heart.
Well, we have something on the screen there.
This is a party from Texas Film Hall of Fame. So it's a very large event that takes place in Austin. Probably about 800 people. It's a fundraising event, a gala for Austin Film Society, as we said. And so all the funds go back to the Texas Filmmakers Production Fund and supports emerging filmmakers, and they give grants to help fund their work.
Oh, great. And that's something I know that here in Austin, it's known as the live music capital of the world, but also it's also a big film capital as well for Texas. Even though a lot of the films that are going to Louisiana and New Mexico, because of their incentives there,
Correct.
Austin still has a draw for films coming in as well. So it's good because the young up and coming filmmakers need some help to push them up along.
Absolutely. Austin Film Society has the Austin Studios, which is based on the east side right near 51st Street. They have great programming there. They do a lot of funding of emerging artists. They celebrate all kinds of great film work. And there are 5 studios up there right now where there are productions in television and film. So it is a very rich part of our Austin creative culture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know I've been to those studios. Dan, you've been there.
Sure, I've been there.
Yeah.
Machete
good
Kills.
times,
I'm in
good
that
times. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Robert Rodriguez, of course, he's involved
Yes.
in a lot of things as well.
Rick Linklater.
Yeah, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and of course those guys have made some big films. They're well known all across the country
Yep.
and the world even.
Absolutely.
So that's great. Now there's something else that you're involved with, the Cherrywood Art Fair, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that. What
The Cherrywood Art
Okay.
Fair is the longest running art fair on the east side of Austin. This is the 12th year of the Cherrywood Art Fair. It will take place on December 7th and 8th at Maplewood Elementary in the heart of East Austin, and it serves a fabulous program called the Little Artist, Big Artist program. It is a mentorship program that places children with professional artists and teaches them the process of creating art all the way to the commercialization of art. So not only the skill set of making art, but then how to sell your art and to make a living for children. So it's an incredible program, and the Cherrywood Art Fair, all the proceeds from the Cherrywood Art Fair go directly to that program. And then the Cherrywood Art Fair, last year we had over 100 artists, and it's a juried show. And I believe one of your guests, Fidencio Duran, was the juror, and another one of your guests was Rick Hernandez, who was the event chair last year. We were delighted to have them as part of the team last year, and we'll have a great new crop of fabulous people for this year. And so mark your calendars for the Cherrywood Art Fair on December 7th and 8th at Maplewood Elementary, and you can find out more information about that event at cherrywood.artfair.org.
And that kind of comes in right before Christmas, so the people can get some art for that, right? As gifts.
Absolutely, and support our local artists.
Yes, and
And
now-
authors.
And authors.
And
bands.
Exactly.
And they have different types of art. Can you go into different types
Sure.
of displays?
They have lots of different mediums, and art changes all the time. It's amazing what people are coming up with these days with digital art and all kinds of new mediums. So it's not just a craft fair, it's definitely a fine art fair. So anything from paintings to ceramics to woodworking to jewelry, knitting things, kind of soaps and handmade goods for the body. So all kinds of wonderful things. It's a really wonderful fair, and it's pretty amazing that it's the longest running art fair on the east side. Very proud of that.
Wow, that's great. And now with those are two big events. Just those two, either just one would keep you busy during the year getting all that together. I know with the film awards, I mean, that's some biggie that you have a red carpet area and the stars coming in, and I'm impressed by that. And to see you here live for the audience is really fantastic. Just want to point out a picture there. Where's that at? Is that at the?
That is at the Mexicarte Dia de los Muertos parade. So I like I mentioned before, I have 2 kiddos, and I always take them to that parade. And it's one of my favorite cultural events in Austin. And so we always get dressed up and go down there and show our support for our Latino heritage and culture in Austin.
Yeah, it's a fun event. See all those people dressed up like that.
All the really Chihuahuas. They have so many animals that are also dressed up.
Really, the animals?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, great. And what do we have here showing on the screen?
This is another nonprofit. This is a picture from another nonprofit that I have worked with in the past called the Sims Foundation. And this was a group shot from a fabulous show that we did in December in 2012 called Femmes for Sims. And it was a great all-star cast, and we had a wonderful performance at the Scottish Rite Theatre, and that was the gala for the Sims Foundation, who provides mental health services for our musicians in Austin.
Oh, well, that's something that's needed. I know there's been a lot of talk recently about health insurance and non-insured, and I know that a lot of artists are we talk about starving artists, and so they can't afford the health insurance. So that's great that you're doing that.
Yeah.
To help out there.
Very, very important.
Yeah. Dan, you have any other question you might?
Where do we go to get our big break? All I want to know, where do we go to get our big break?
I'm so waiting for the red carpet.
Yeah, like, how do we get the red carpet?
Well, you know what? You work hard. That's how it happens. There's not a lot. The magic is that us Latinos and Latinas, we work hard, and we get the job done. One of the big feather in my cap is being a mother, of course, of 2 children, and a lot of times I hear, "Gosh, how do you do it? How do you do these year-round events? How do you, I'm a mother, I'm a wife to a touring musician, and you know what? My grandmother had 10 kids." And wow. I'll handle my 2 and not complain at all, and just get the job done and do it with grace and a smile. And that's what being a Latina is all about, is working hard, and I just feel like we can do anything, and we're gonna make it happen.
That's true. And with people like you, the things are being done. I want to thank you for all you've done and what you're doing, and thank you for being on the Spotlight here with us.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank
it's
you
a
very much.
pleasure.